everyone. Welcome to Grand Football, and we are on our World Cup daily review, and it is day 3 today. How are you doing? The games today have been amazing, and I'm sure the guys I have in the studio would testify to that. I've got with me my reliable friend, Mr. Silas. You are welcome to the show today.
Yeah, thank you so much for welcoming me to this night episode of the uh, review of the World Cup.
You're welcome.
Apologies, permit me to take back my words. What I said to Saudi Arabia last night. Everyone, all in that country, have to forgive me for that.
Trust
I
me,
owe you an
everyone,
apology.
not just you, will be asking for forgiveness the way we thought they were going to be dealt with today, you know.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I also have with me in the studio, before we get into it, King T. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yes. So it is day 3 that we're going to be looking at today. And wow, what a day. What a day. Like Silas, briefly mentioned, we've had some upsets already in the World Cup. And that's why we love the World Cup, because these kind of things happen. So we're just going to go straight into it as we look at the first game that was played today, Argentina versus Saudi Arabia, guys. Wow, what a game. What a game.
I will let Silas complete his apology first. Okay, before we go into it, can you complete your apology to the Saudi nation first of all? So that way
Okay.
Okay.
Last night, I did said that Qatar considered 2 goals. The other nation,
Iran,
considered 6. Iran considered 6 from England. So I joined the two by saying Saudi will take 8. Unfortunately, Saudi didn't get to even score one. Argentina didn't get to score one from open play. It has to be from the spot.
That's true. Very true.
So I feel if I am allowed, I'll give them an extra day for national holiday, just like their president have declared for tomorrow. I'll ask them to take Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, honestly, it was a game no one expected that result. No shape or form. I'm telling you, even the Saudis, I'm sure, when they saw the first game they were going to be playing and saying, "Oh, Argentina, Messi, oh, the rest of them, oh."
You know what? I think for me it was more of, in as much as they knew they were playing Argentina, they came more prepared.
They did, yeah.
And if you look at, because it's World Cup football, it's not club football. Club football, you can say, there's a big chance these people will beat us if we do this and this and that.
Yeah.
But it's World Cup, and with World Cup, it's more of different players who play different coming together. And the ones who train together the most, who play in the same league, who are in the same place, in the same region, it's easier for them to connect with each other. And I feel like they came ready for Argentina, even though Argentina out of the possession. And I also felt Argentina got complacent. With the
I remember we had a discussion before coming on air, and you were saying
the eye line Saudi was playing gave Argentina the hopes of we would catch them on the break
one time.
But second half came in and it was as if Saudi, they were like 22 men playing against 11. Everywhere Argentina turned to Messi, the dribbles, the movement was not. After the first dribble, he gets shut down.
And there's normally 3 people on him, apparently.
And
each time Messi had the ball.
Shut down. So they had the stride, they had the plan, and the last ditch tackle, which was just beautiful.
Beautiful.
But no, I will say the Saudis have done well. They've done well.
They have. What did you make of it, Mr. Silas?
Okay. Kudos to Saudi Arabia. Massive, explosive. Yesterday I saw a US play against Wales. I was actually describing that game to be of a tactical brilliance of playing the basketball from the angle that we are 4 men to a single ball each time the Americans were playing yesterday. We saw a typical one today for Saudi Arabia. You see 2-3 men going behind every ball and making sure that they trap the ball right from the blast of the whistle in the first half. They did everything possible to keep Argentina at bay. And then there's something everyone seems to have forgotten in that lineup is the fact that the coach is a big difference in that team. Javier Renard is the coach of that place of Saudi Arabia. Renard, if you have not forgotten, this man won the African Cup of Nations with Zambia, and then he did the same thing again with Ivory Coast. So it's a big name, it's a huge name. Any day, anytime. And then we could see from the team, from the arrangement, from the back line down to the attack, they did well. They played compact football. They played togetherness. Their spirit was there. You can see the 2 goals. They were not just fluke. They were well-taken goals, especially the second one. Masterclass, well-planned. The shot, the volley, it left Martinez out of this world, and then they did well. And then another thing I saw helped Saudi in that particular game was the fact that the starting 11 from the first half had 9 men playing for the same team in the Saudi Arabian League. So it was more of a connected and a jointed team, which Argentina was not it. And then I saw another thing: Di Maria, Lautaro Martinez, Lionel Messi, and the likes. They were more of the big players today. The difference between today's game was the fact that we have a team that was ready to play down deep into the sand against a team that was ready to play on the floor. And then it almost shocked Saudi Arabia because each time they lost possession to Argentina, Argentina was doing the brain work of, okay, we can go down cheap on them and then get a penalty against them or get a foul against them. But this guy never gave up. They were ready to fight dirty for every single ball that comes their way. And then they stayed committed to the game from the blast to the end. They were not ready to lose it. At the time, I was afraid for them because of the number of yellow cards that was coming. Despite that, they were not frustrated by the fact that the European referee was just flashing yellow card, and they stayed committed, they stayed dedicated, they played as a team. And then the instruction from the white man, from the white shirt coach, that's what we call him in Africa. The white shirt, Renard, was compact. Stay glued, stay connected, keep your head up, keep your head cool, and then they made everything. They made the difference. They shocked the entire world of football today, and then they deserve the holiday they've given to themselves tomorrow.
No, in addition to that, I think you've made a very valid point. Looking at, like, I think I did mention in terms of they are all in the same league, they play in the same league, they do similar thing. There is a big understanding. And if you see the fight between other teams that have played, like, okay, looking at the Senegal match, for example, at 80-something, like the 80th minute, it was as if they gave up and got tired. We could continue with this. But you could also say as well, the environment is well suited to the Saudis because they play under that same weather regularly. The heat is not, even you can say right now it's cooler compared to when they play. So the heat is not as draining in comparison to other nations coming into Saudi Arabia.
That's a very good point, because based on the fact, like what Silas said, that 9 of them play in the same league. So imagine 9 of them already acclimatized.
Not even in the same league. 9 of them played in the same team.
In the same team. Yeah. So that would have helped massively.
There is a huge understanding. It's gone beyond just football. It's friendship. I know where it would be the weaknesses of this person. If it does this, if it moves this way, I know what he's trying to do. I know which way to go. And if you look at the 2 goals that came from that, it was more of an understanding rather than a fluke. It wasn't a fluke. We can say that for sure.
Definitely.
It was
that's another point that I have to blame Lionel Scaloni, the Argentine coach. He saw a lot of things happen in that game. He saw connected play within that team, but he was not ready to tweak his team team. He was not ready to choke his team. Even when they were running into offside in the first half, he was not doing anything different.
It's that complacency, I would still say, because I think I can discuss it. That first 3 goals that were disallowed gave Argentina a false hope of we will get them.
We would definitely catch them one more time.
And that was the false hope, that I believe they ran on. And unfortunately, Saudi came out second half to go. If we can keep them at 1-0, this way, then we've got a big chance against them. They weren't drained. If you look at a lot of the balls, so I think there was a time where there was like a long ball played to the right hand side of the pitch, and you could see, I don't know if it was Romero, one of them, who was there at that moment. You could see him lagging behind, trying to catch up, and you could just say from like the 70th minute, Argentina got drained. The heat is a lot. Sure. If you're not used to that kind of weather, you will get drained. Because you're having to use, and you've then got people who are running at you at full speed all the time, the time. So it's an advantage. And that was why I was believing, the likes of Senegal would do well, but also, it's full.
I still think Senegal might do well, but back to this Argentina Saudi Arabia. I think this is a good win for Saudi Arabia because now they're on the front seat. The other and they could beat the other 2 teams and go top.
If they draw their last 2 games,
they'll still go through.
They draw between, they still go through regardless.
Yeah.
Because that 3
they just need 2 draws and
2 draws. That's it.
2 draws or 1 draw, 1 win, or 1 win even. I think 1 more win.
One more. And if you look at Argentina's next game against Mexico, it would be a fight in the end.
Yeah.
And there's a big chance that might end 0-0.
Because those 2 they play each other a lot as well.
So they know each other's game. Fight to the end. So at least in one way or the other, one person would either lose or they both come out with a draw. Yeah. So Saudi, as they stand currently, they are in a good position.
Yeah. So, Argentina too will be happy with this other game finishing 0-0. Poland versus Mexico game finishing 0-0 because that has helped them that they don't have to try and catch the other 2 or whoever it was that won, trying to get another 3 points. All they are behind now is just by 1 point. You understand? Between 2 other teams. So they can actually, if they put their acts together, they can actually win their next 2 games and still go through. But it's just a matter of, will they still be able to finish top? Because now they will be playing whoever finishes top in another group if they finish second. It will be a really, really difficult one.
Yeah,
it'll be a difficult one. To go further ahead in the competition when you're finishing second in your group, because most times when you finish first, you have an advantage.
You have an advantage of who you get.
Your route to the final,
it becomes much easier. So, but I would say, Saudi's done well. And I would say to every other underdog, I would say use Saudi as a blueprint.
Yeah, exactly.
Play for that full 90 minutes.
Exactly.
Play for that full 90 minutes. Don't just go, it's 80 minutes. Even if you notice with the extra time involved, you could see the old pressure and they soaked it up, squeezed up their shirt, and just continue to go. This one,
massive for Saudi.
We will get the win. We will get. You could see the final, which it was as if they won the final.
I'm telling you, it was just crazy.
If that's all they do in this competition, it would be spoken about. One of the biggest upset will be spoken about. Years to come. So no, I think I'm gonna have to support a different team now.
That guy, because it's Renard I didn't know it was Renard that was their manager, until I saw him today. I didn't actually know who he was. So, he's known for winning competitions. So he'd probably try with this team that no one is expecting to do well.
I believe he's Argentinian as well, I believe.
No,
he's a Frenchman.
He's a Frenchman.
He's
French, yeah. The name, come on, the name gives it away. Renard.
You might have the name, but not probably born in France, though. Not even be French.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he's a Frenchman.
He's definitely French. So the other game, we had Poland and Mexico play out a 0-0 draw.
Disappointing.
Yeah, Poland, in my opinion, were a bit lucky. Because Mexico actually played better.
There was a header that literally could have gone in, but was saved.
Oh, that was a great save.
It was a beautiful one. And at the time when I had David, I don't know if David, they had David and Miles watching the football with me.
Well, David Miller.
Miller. Just before what's his name, Lewandowski went up, there was something off about him. And I said, Ocha might probably just save this. And just true, I'm thinking. I actually
thought the same thing, because Lewandowski apparently has not scored a goal in the World Cup.
I don't think we have to talk.
What?
I don't think we have to talk about Lewandowski in that place. We actually have to talk about the goalkeeper, Ocha. That is his 25th penalty save. Massive. So it's not 25th. A fluke. It has nothing to do. He has turned it to 25th. He has turned it to his bet right now.
Yeah,
so
true.
I think we have to
remember now. Yeah, I remember that was what he was best known for, saving penalties.
At 37 years old, is still going strong.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Still going strong. Because I saw him thinking, Ocha, I had him in the last World Cup.
This is his fifth World Cup, although he didn't play in the first two, I think. He didn't really play in the first two. The first two.
There's just some names that become homegrown. You just, this is a household name. Just seeing him there, Mexico, they're always big. I was surprised as well, they had the team, but I feel like they didn't have that cutting edge. That
was what was missing from them, I think.
In as much as Chicharito is past his time now, he still has that little bit of, those people that can just pop up.
Well, you think he should have played for Mexico?
No, I'm saying he wasn't even in the squad. He's
not in the squad.
I'm not saying Chicharito per se, but that one person that gives you that,
like him,
like that cutting edge, that when everything seems blocked, one person that just pops up and does something, and I feel like they a lot of the teams in the World Cup are lacking that.
I think for a country like Mexico, I see Belgium coming into the light of Mexico very soon. Mexico for over time now, right from the under 17 to under 20, they've had this golden generation growing up part-time, and then they fail to harness the potentials in those golden generation, and then that's why now we can actually pick 1 or 2 or 3, 4 names in that squad that we have known over the years, because they fail to keep their potential. And it's the same thing we are seeing in Belgium. The golden generation for the second, third World Cup now, we've been seeing them and they've been failing to live up to the expectation.
The last World Cup, they finished third, really.
Belgium. They finished third.
And we're expecting them to win.
And one funny thing about that is that the golden generation in that Belgium side may fade away after this.
Definitely. Because a lot of them
Hazard is
reaching their prime now.
And the likes Lukaku and the likes.
So a lot of them they're going past their prime now.
They're going past their prime. Even down to the defense. Vertonghen, Thomas Vermaelen, and the likes. No.
And then you've got Courtois, who is probably nearing his 30 or probably 30 now. So they are going past that. This might probably
I'm sure they know that after this World Cup, if they don't deliver or do their best,
that's it for them.
Because I don't see another set of golden generation for them for now.
So Denmark also played today, and they drew with Tunisia. 0-0.
Thumbs up for Tunisia.
Well, thumbs up for them. Oh, did you see that game? That game. They actually played well. In fact, they had the best chance of the game, Tunisia. It was just a fingertip save by Schmeichel
that
helped them. As well. I actually thought the chance he was offside, and he wasn't, and I just thought, oh, maybe that's why. I was like, he wasn't actually offside because they gave a corner kick from that, and I said, wow, that was a huge chance. You know, he would have won the game for them. But to be fair, though,
massive respect for Tunisia. Massive respect for Tunisia because when it comes to the World Cup, Denmark is a household name.
Yeah.
Even when they don't have squad, they've been in the likes of World Cup for ages.
I remember one World Cup. World Cup, Nigeria was playing them. You know, Nigeria thought, you know, they had already set their mind on the next game against Brazil. That if they beat Denmark, we'll play Brazil. You know, that's where everybody was, even the fans, all of us. We're not worried about Denmark. We're worried about Brazil. And Denmark beat Nigeria 4-1 in that game. I remember that game. So
that 4-1 was sure.
Yeah, it was 4-1.
So Denmark is a big household name.
That's also another team that know how to play together as one group.
Yeah.
Because a lot of their players are not scattered all over Europe. They are still within the same league. Within the same, they're always around.
A lot of them play in the Premier League. Yeah.
So they
some of them even in the same team.
And so they have a good understanding of themselves. And if you notice, that's what you would get. Because I still feel like a lot of the big teams, you know, they would struggle a little bit because there's this joint on, this is how I do it to my team, this is how I do it to my team, this is how I do it to my team. So, and you've got about 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get them prepared for a World Cup. So you are basically...
Even less. It was a week, really.
So you are basically you are banking on their fitness rather than their technical ability. It's more of their individuality.
There's something I've noticed in this World Cup so far. I feel like the players are a bit fitter, maybe because it's within the season. The season they haven't played the whole season, and some of them are worn out from their domestic leagues. But because it's still fresh, this is only November from August. A lot of them are still fresh. When I was watching that Tunisia-Denmark game, I was looking, wow, these guys are really fit. The way the Tunisian guys, the way they were moving, everyone just, you know, they were putting passes together. And I was thinking, wow, this team is really good. But they just couldn't find that, you know, cutting edge.
That edge. You know, there's always one player that does it for every team.
Yeah, for every team, you know.
Every team, one player. And you can see some of them are missing this. Well, this World Cup, it's not going to be your typical team that might win it.
Yeah. I agree.
I think it's too early to just give it to anybody.
I agree with that.
The way it's going, it might not be. A popular country might still win it, but for me, I still believe the teams you would find in the semi-finals and in the finals would not be your typical team. Yeah, there might be one particular team that might still be there, but the second place team or the third place team would still be one you would go, ooh,
it's likely. Just like the way we had it in Russia. Yeah. Where we have Croatia going all the way to
and Belgium.
You know, so you would not be the big names might not come out.
Drop off. Yeah.
The way it's going, a lot of the big names might
if Argentina is not careful, they might be one of them because if they don't put their acts together against Mexico, say for example, not beat Mexico, they might go out.
They might
go out. They cannot beat Mexico. And
I feel Mexico game will be a big banana peel for them.
Yeah.
Big banana peel.
Or Argentina.
Because it's more or less like a derby for them.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And also, if you look at the defensive players for Argentina, you wonder where are they?
Otamendi, so you should not be surprised.
Yeah. I'm surprised Otamendi is still in that team, you know.
It's Otamendi.
I'm surprised.
What were you expecting?
I was listening to something on Sunday, and someone was saying about Otamendi still being in the team. I said, no, this guy is just saying something. Otamendi is not in that team.
I would have preferred even a Lisandro Martinez to play the central position than to have an Otamendi in that place.
Well, Lisandro is in the middle. Lisandro is in the team.
It came on for Romero.
Yeah, it came on later on in the game.
Okay. At 59. At 59 minutes, which for me, I wouldn't say was injury. I think it was just more of he got gassed. He had no legs to keep running. And that was it. And if you look at 3 players who are doing well, go look at what they've done in their club so far. They are doing well. The ones that are not doing well are the ones that probably sit on the bench most of the time or come in as substitutes and then they can't keep up that fitness. It's not the same.
Yeah. And the last game that was
after first round of matches.
Yeah.
After first round of matches, we'll be able to talk more about their abilities and capacity.
Yeah.
They'll have gotten used to the weather a bit.
Yeah, true. So the last game that was played today, not long finished. The France versus Denmark, France versus Australia game. France, Australia.
You know, for me, that one, I know this man, Mr. Silas, has got loads to say about that game. So, but for me, I was thinking, would this be another upset? Because the game felt very, France were disjointed.
Yeah, at the start.
At the start, it was like nobody knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But it was as if that goal came in and somebody poured cold water on all of them.
Yeah, it was like a wake-up call.
That literally changed the whole game.
Yeah.
You know, they were using their white players more. They were not going through the middle. White players got more involved.
The white players had a beautiful game. Dembele, Mbappe, you know, they had a beautiful game today.
Giroud, you know, ex-Chelsea, Arsenal.
Obviously, Giroud today equals Thierry Henry with the record 51 international goals.
He would have beaten that record with his overhead kick if that had gone in. That would have been the first hat-trick of this World Cup.
Yeah.
But they took him off. If he had stayed on, I can bet you that third goal would come.
But because this is only the first game, you would expect that he would still score.
Come off. You've still got the whole of the World Cup. Come sit down.
Yeah, you definitely. If he plays all the games, I feel he will definitely score again.
Now because with Benzema injured, with Benzema now at the World Cup, he's literally their talisman. And with Giroud, give him the ball, feed him in the box. Get your goals. That's Giroud. Feed him. He's not one of the ones that run yards and sprints. Just feed him. You know, he will give you the goals. And
what's your thoughts, Silas? You're smiling like you have something to say about this
team. Respect to the Oceanic country, Australia. They came out explosive in the first 10-15 minutes in that game.
They did.
And that goal was a big credit to what they did in the first 20-25 minutes before France came out explosive against them. My hallmark of that game is the Scorpion King, Giroud, living up to the expectation. Old age, you're seeing it all around Europe.
Yeah.
And then bringing that experience, bringing that experience to the national team again. No doubt. A true reflection of what he is capable of doing is equaling Thierry Henry's record today, and that tells you the brilliance this man has got. Over time, we've seen him being the architect of attacking lineup for Didier Deschamps. Even when the likes of Benzema, Sidney Govou are in the team, he always comes in, and each time he gets to play for the national team, he delivers. And now he has the opportunity to lead the attack now, and he's doing it well. First game, he has done it well, and we can only believe that this guy will go far. Tchouameni coming into the game, replacing Pogba, N'Golo Kante in the midfield, did well. Excellent for a teenager to have control between in the middle of the park. You may say he did it against Australia, but don't forget this guy is doing it well for Real Madrid as well. And then replicating that form today at the World Cup tells you that he's not overwhelmed by the pedestal, he's not overwhelmed by the name World Cup. Yeah, so if he can actually do it today, I feel if he's given that fulcrum again to do it against bigger team, he will actually do well. But just a little bit of concern for Hernandez, who is injured in that tournament, which is part of the problems we've been complaining in this tournament, based on the fact that these guys get to wear out on time because of the weather, because of the time of the season this tournament is coming. I feel that would be a big problem for France. Also, with the fact that Raphael Varane too is not fit. How long can they go? How long can they keep their defense line active when they play bigger opponents? It's just my headache for Didier Deschamps. And I hope that will not be a problem for them when they play in their next 2 games. He has to find a solution. He has to find a balance to his defense line, irrespective of what is happening ahead. It's just that I'm still a bit worried about Dembele and Starboy Mbappe. They had good game today, but you can still see that they still have some lapses. They give the ball away cheaply. Give the ball away cheaply, and each time they give the ball away cheaply, they pound more pressure on their defense line. And now they're having defensive worries, so they need to be talked to, especially Dembele, because right now Griezmann is in the team. Griezmann is not the Griezmann that we know. He's more or less like a minus in that team. And then if you have a Dembele,
I'm surprised he started.
You know what? Just what you said there, Silas. I was shocked. I don't understand why he's on. Why?
I'm surprised he started
because.
Don't forget, they're probably giving him games because of his past accolades. He was their best player in 2016. In the 2018 World Cup, he was,
I feel more of the fact that they don't have more players or any other person they could have taken or that could start in that position, because Griezmann today was lost. No disrespect to him. He's a good player, but today he was lost. And his form in Atletico Madrid, which hasn't been great, is brought that same form into the French team. I know we've talked about, Tchouaméni, they've still got Camavinga on the bench, who is also still a player. And I feel, looking at what those two can do, they can actually have Camavinga in that Griezmann position or one of them in there, because Griezmann wasn't there. And every time either Mbappe lost the ball or Dembele lost the ball, there was no cover.
There was no cover.
There was no cover. So it was straight into the midfield, and Tchouaméni was having to pull all those strings. So for me, his role there is not good. But defensively, I feel like they've got two defenders who have been good in their clubs. You've got Saliba, who I believe has been
that's true. Saliba is there,
They've got Saliba, and then they've still got Jules Koundé as well, who I think can still help cover.
Well, I feel the having Nabil Fekir in that team will have been a good advantage for them. Far better than what we see. Nabil Fekir, far better than what Griezmann is giving us. And also, I was expecting to see Lucas Digne of Everton in that squad as well, because when you have issues like this, you still need options, and Digne will be a big option for them. Apart from playing from the flank, he can also support in the middle of the defense. So,
is he not part of the squad?
Early.
No.
Yeah, it's too early. Yeah, those two are not part of the squad.
They're not part of the squad.
It's too early, but let's just see. But I feel they will be mounting more pressure in the midfield and also in their defense. Tchouaméni may not have the necessary experience to go further.
For me, I think what can help with that is take out Griezmann and put Tchouaméni and Camavinga in that middle. If they are playing bigger teams, that would be more attacking.
Yeah, sure.
I feel
that would bring balance to the team.
And that would help bring that balance, because one of them, Camavinga, can drive forward, Tchouaméni can drive forward. One of them would always, and they will play that similar role of Pogba and Kante. Where if Pogba goes forward, Kante stays. If Kante goes forward, Pogba stays. And it would release one person. But to me, Griezmann in that team is the weak link. And
very awful.
It wasn't himself. It looked so lost.
Okay, guys. So tomorrow is day 4 of the World Cup, and there are another 4 games tomorrow. So tomorrow we have Germany playing Japan, Spain playing Costa Rica, Morocco playing Croatia, and Belgium playing Canada.
Tomorrow is interesting.
Yeah, it is an interesting day.
It would be interesting because Costa Rica is not. Looking at Costa Rica is not a walkover. Costa Rica has never been a walkover. No,
they're definitely not.
Definitely Spain, not. They might cause an upset and beat Spain tomorrow.
Yeah. Even Japan against Germany. I'm leaning.
I feel the match of the day is Japan against Germany.
Yeah.
Japan against Germany in the sense that game will test the mentality, the physicality of the German team.
We have a lot of Japanese
player. They
will walk them. Remember what South Korea did to Japan and to Germany last World Cup or the World Cup before.
And you know, Japan themselves, they are built on quality. So it's who would last on the pitch that's them. If it means after this
stamina.
It's now. How long are you? It's like trying to rock a baby. Who's going to sleep? The baby or the mother rocking the baby? That might be the game. That might be it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But, it's something to look forward to. And I'm glad I'm working from home tomorrow. So it's myself, my TV, and my workstation.
Yeah. That would be good, man. That would be good. So we might have you on tomorrow since you would see a lot of the games.
I'm watching all the games. This. I wish I could turn my screen to show you. But it's the workstation.
No, it's all right. Just watch the games and give us your analysis tomorrow. Listen, guys, thank you very, very much for being on the show today, Mr. Silas. Thank you. Always answering my call. King T, thank you for being here as well. And guys watching at home, we will be back again tomorrow after the games have been played, just to analyze again and, see what tomorrow brings for us. Yeah, some interesting fixtures there. So hopefully it will be great. So have a lovely, lovely time and we will be back soon. Take care, guys. Bye for now.